Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
I'm good. Morning. Good morning.
Morning.
You didn't
How
greet
was
me before?
How was your weekend?
It was good. I can't complain.
Okay, that's good. Looks like you ate a lot of nice food.
No, I was actually at home. You know, these days, if I'm not doing any work, I'm going to spend my time at home with the kids, with the family. Clean up and just rest.
You don't have a man that you could have visited and prepared him food and cleaned his house?
Is he my husband?
No.
Well, then why am I visiting him and preparing him food?
Okay, I forgot you're celibate. But anyway, do tell us what's popping, please.
Chris Brown is what's popping, and he's in a lot of trouble because he owes the IRS over $4 million in unpaid state federal taxes.
4 million.
$4 million US dollars and
My
some
goodness.
change.
Okay, so it's all.
4,445,000.
I don't know if it's his fault. Sometimes a lot of these rich celebrities usually are a victim of their own ignorance. They don't know how the taxes system works.
Yeah.
And other times it's because their accountants they hired are crooks.
Yes.
Steve Harvey mentioned that. I think the accountant that was handling his case passed away.
Yeah.
And then I think an assistant at the firm contacted him and said, "Oh, by the way, you're behind on 22 million worth of taxes."
Yes.
I heard him explain that story and I was like, wow. So what's the deal with Chris Brown?
So the government says if he doesn't pay up, they're going to attach his house and take it and his assets and all his businesses.
Can you imagine?
That is it in a nutshell.
Can you imagine? And we're here.
If he does not pay, they're taking everything.
You know, we're here laughing, but in America, taxes is no joke. Do you remember
very, very
Wesley
serious.
Snipes
Yes.
spent a couple of years in prison for taxes?
Yes.
This is so interesting. Now, among the things that the newly, instated Republican House of Representatives or Congress, one of the things they want to push is for the abolition of the IRS, such that one would now no longer need to pay federal income tax. I don't know if that would pass, but it's one of the things that some of their congressmen are lobbying for.
Why are they doing that?
Because they think it's illegal and unconstitutional. But anyway, that's for the American people to figure out. I have no idea.
That's not our problem.
That's not
but
our- we have our
anyway,
own.
last month also Kanye West was in a bit of trouble with the IRS. That was in November, actually last year, where it was said that he owed the IRS $50 million in taxes. And then also Nicki Minaj also last year had to shoot down rumors that she owed the IRS $173 million in back taxes. Then there's also a rapper called Lil Pump who allegedly owed $1.6 million in unpaid taxes. DMX back in 2017, my goodness, there's a pattern here, was hit with a tax evasion charge after it said that he owed the IRS $1.7 million. And he also ended up being sentenced to a year in prison for the charges. And in 2014, Florida cleared nearly $1.2 million in tax debt. And then Mystique, remember Mystique? He's also in a bit of trouble right now. He also faced tax issues on multiple occasions, and with one leading to his arrest. And he's actually serving time in jail right now, I think, for sexual assault and robbery.
So that's how they're going to get the black man in 2023. Taxes. But anyway, you know, with great wealth comes great responsibility, right? You got to pay your taxes. All right. What else is popping?
Well, the Woman King is what's popping and is trending on social media.
Why?
After a lot of people say that it should have received nominations for the 2023 Oscars. Well, the 95th Oscar Awards will be taking place on the 13th of March 2023, and a lot of our favorite movies that we saw that were released last year, the year before, and also early this year, I think early, no, not early this year, last year, have received some nominations. For instance, Best Picture is Avatar, The Way of the Water.
Wow.
There's Top Gun Maverick also in the same category. Best Actress, there's Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans. I'm just mentioning a few, notable names. Angela Bassett has got us a nomination again. I think she got nominations for this whole award season.
For her role in Black Panther?
Yes.
I am not surprised.
Yeah, for Best Supporting Actress. Yes, and the list goes on, etc. A lot of people are not happy that Viola Davis has not received a nomination in the Oscars.
I think most people would consider that film to be a flop. A lot of people, it was critically panned. And then obviously there were a lot of things that were historically inaccurate about the depiction of Dahomey. It's so funny how African Americans try to speak African English.
Thank you.
They just always sound goofy.
Thank you. It sounds so wrong.
Right.
And actually, I was having this debate with a few friends of mine, and I was like, the Woman King and even Black Panther for me was just not impressive, because I tend to scrutinize how Hollywood tells African stories, because how are you going to tell our story better than us?
Exactly.
Like, this is our story. This is our culture. Mm-hmm. Why are you telling me the story?
Yeah,
you
so
know?
there's something definitely wrong with Hollywood trying to adapt African stories and to tell them. So, but Viola Davis shouldn't give up. She should try again next time around.
Yeah.
Although, speaking of Angela Bassett, there's a picture of hers that I saw going viral, and I think the caption read something like, Angela Bassett looking stunning at 64.
Yeah.
And so it was a collage of about 2 pictures of her at some recent awards. And in one of them, it's like a sideways picture where her bum is like boom.
Of course, you had to talk about that.
Did you see that picture?
She's beautiful.
In the white dress?
She's a beautiful woman.
But
I'm not going to objectify her.
But it was so pronounced that it led me to suspect that maybe she's had some work done back there. What do you think?
Or maybe she works out, or maybe she eats well, or maybe she's a beautiful black woman, and we need to appreciate black women. You can't say every black woman has a fake butt.
No, but she didn't have it when she was in her 40s or 50s. All of a sudden, 64, and boom, she's popping. She's got to nyash.
Do you think I had a butt when I was like in my 20s or as a teenager? I got my butt and my boobies after I had my son.
Really?
Literally.
Is that a side effect of childbirth? Is the booty...
Yeah, it is a side effect. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so to women who are...
that was my side effect.
Wait a minute. So for women who are slender or slim and want to get big booties, the answer is to have babies.
No, I'm not saying it works for everybody.
I know your breasts will grow.
Very differently.
Breasts, yes, because I know, breastfeeding and all that.
Yeah.
But even the butt?
Yes, you gain, I gain. You should see my before my son and after I had the baby. I had this very drastic change, and a lot of people even sometimes joke that I went to FACO. Did you ever hear of that place called FACO, where women would allegedly go and get these supplements and steroids to grow their breasts and their butts?
Yeah, I would see those announcements, but did it really work?
I don't know, because I didn't go. All I do know is that God blessed me after my baby. Or rather, my baby blessed me. You understand? But it's different for everybody. I saw Kiki Palmer, because she's expecting her first child right now. Before she conceived, she always talked about how she was struggling with acne. The pimples?
Yes.
She says she always spoke about how she had really bad skin. But then after she found out that she was pregnant, she actually showed us, her fans, that look at my skin.
No, but
I am glowing. There isn't even one bump on my face.
You're very right. I think what pregnancy does is that it floods a woman's body with a whole range of new hormones. And some of those hormones can act to just change the skin and then the texture of your skin.
Yeah.
And you're right. And I've seen women who have had... like the skin is a bit on the spotty side, and then they get pregnant and boom, it clears up.
Beautiful.
It gets their cheeks fill up.
Yes.
And they look nice and all that stuff.
So again,
but does it stay after you have the baby?
It does. It stays. Oh. Before I conceived, I had very good skin. And after, even though I got a booty, I got acne. So this life is not fair. But a win is a win.
All right.
I look fuller in my jeans these days. A win is a win, I guess.
Well, I'm sure there might be people doubting or being skeptical about this claim of your big butt. Perhaps you can show them, Sarah.
No, Fatboy. Leave me alone.